Hello, we've got Howie and Alicia and Julie. Good evening. Good evening to you. For those of you watching this after the fact and you're new to my channel, I'm Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader here in West Central Minnesota. Aw, thanks, Julie. Appreciate that so much. How are you guys doing tonight or this afternoon? It's evening for me. Hey, Matt and Sarah and kids, hello. Ooh, separating the movie. Oh, I love that. That's great. I will do my best to entertain. I don't have any stories tonight, though. I ran out of Sven and Oli stories that were family friendly, shall we say. Hi, Granny Karen. How are you? How are you? How are you? I've got the fan going in the other room. Is that too? Are you guys hearing that? Is that too loud, or are we good? Because it feels good on me right now. Hey, Deb. How are you? Well, hello, Prairie Girl. Thank you for coming, even for a little bit. I really appreciate that. So, Howie, how was the shark fishing today? You do a lot of fishing, and that's just amazing. I didn't know you could actually shark fish. That was really a thing. I don't know. Hey, Mama Z. How are you this evening? Well, hello, Jamie. What has been my most successful plant, fruit, or veggie in the garden this year? Oh, wow. The lettuce did well. I guess there were several. The lettuce, the peppermint, and oregano, tomatoes are doing very well. I had a few on some of the giants, a variety that I have not grown before that got some blossom end rot, so I had to pull those and kind of treat for that. But otherwise, those are doing pretty well. The beets are doing well. The peppers are doing really, really well. So I guess they're kind of equal across there. Half of the beans are doing phenomenally, and you know, it's there are a lot of successes. There are a couple fails, but you know what? That's every year in every garden. So I'm doing well, Alicia. How about you? Should say I'm a little tired tonight, but I'm hoping that it doesn't come through. So, well, hello, Patty. How are you tonight? You made it, Deb. You've been making some videos. Okay. Ooh. Yes, you know what? A computer really does make a huge difference. I mean, you can, yes, upload from your phone, and I know you can even edit from your phone. I have not figured that one out yet, but maybe because I only have an iPhone 7 and it wasn't really there. Thank you, Mama Z. I love your sticker. That's great. Hey, you. That's good. Thanks, Jamie. How about you? How's your garden been doing? Dave, hello. Just came in from the garden. I did too about half an hour ago. Well, maybe 35 minutes ago. And I just picked a whole nother huge bowl of beans. And I just canned beans today. I put 14 pints. And I picked probably another 9 maybe today. So whether or not I'm going to can them tomorrow or wait until the next picking, I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Hello, Megan. How are you? Lots of greetings here. Grammy Karen, I bet things are just absolutely crazy around your place. I mean, it's busy for everybody, but I just can't imagine trying to sell and move an entire homestead or a compound, actually. So that's huge. That's really huge. You picked a big basket of beans too, canning in the morning, all snapped and ready. Well, you are on top of it. Yeah, I just started picking an hour ago, so there's no way that I could get anything done. Put them in a bowl, covered in the fridge. And you know, they'll last in there a few days if I need to. Hey Jennifer, how are you? How are you? How's it going up the north? Up the north. Trying to declutter. Oh, that's a huge job. I did. My sister came over on Friday and helped me get through some stuff in the house, which was really good. I mean, it was a beautiful day out, but when we did things like hauling a rug out and scrubbing it, out in the back step, and so, some of that little bit of deep clean type of things. So it's a bit overwhelming. Yeah, I know. When you're 30, it's like you could take that on, but at our age, it's like, just let me be, please. I know the thought of me packing up and moving from here is like, oh, I don't even want to consider that. So you're harvesting tea herbs. Awesome. Oh, that's so great. I have harvested more herbs this summer than I ever have. And that was that was one of my big goals. And I'm happy that things are coming. I mean, it's probably not as much as I dreamed, but it's real good, solid harvest that I'm getting. And um, so, so we'll see by the end of the summer, beginning of fall, what happens by the time things die back. The one thing that's good about most of the herbs that they will keep going until frost, and so it's not like the beans, once they're done, they just fall over and it's like, okay, we're done, or the tomatoes are done. The herbs will keep going, so we'll have those. You've seen huge flocks of black. Oh, that could very well be. I have had that in the back of my mind, and wondering about that. I mean, we had a late spring, at least here we did. I mean, we couldn't really plant until the beginning of June because it was still cold enough. Even though it was warmer than normal, it still wasn't summer. And then we went into immediate summer and so hot and so fast. And it's like, I don't know that there's something that it just doesn't seem that it can sustain that for very long before it's like, okay, we need to get into cool weather here. We need to, the birds start going, and I don't know. It's different. Everything is different this year. It really is. Dave, your coriander and dill seed is looking good. Awesome. I did save dill seed 2 years ago, and I still have plenty. So I do not need to grow dill for a little while. And it was still popping up in places around my garden this summer, even from 2 years ago. So it will continue to propagate. Well, hello, Debbie Carmi. Hi, how are you? So we have had some generally really, really nice weather in the 70s, a couple days in the 80s, but a little drier in the 70s. So it's been a wonderful break from those mid 90s. And so a lot of things are growing pretty well. The peppers are happier. At least it seems like it. The squash is happier. So Doggie's vet checkup and watering everything since it's so dry here. Well, that's a good idea, Patty, to find that out. Prager, you're in Montana, I think, right? Yeah. So, excuse me. You're taking a drink in front of you. So who is planting a fall garden, and to what extent, Dave, I know what you're planting, but just wondering, and anybody else who's kind of really tuned into to climates and different things like this. I'd like to get your take on this, but my thoughts are that even though, I mean, as far north as I am, so Alicia would affect you, Dave probably, Prairie Girl, probably Jennifer too, that even though I might still have 45 days, maybe even up to 60 days before first frost, if I planted something now, it would grow really well for probably the first 30 days or something to get going. But then by September, our sun is already lower in the sky, and the angle of the sunlight, even though the atmosphere can be warmer, we're not getting the sun that we need to, like a lot of crops need 8 to 12 hours of sunlight a day. Well, in the summer, we get 15 or 16 hours, which is awesome, and that's why things grow so fast. But when we start now cutting back to 11 hours a day or 10 hours a day, or where my garden is actually would probably end up being maybe 7 or 8 hours. So I'm just wondering, it's like, okay, even though we don't have frost, air can be warm, there's not enough sunlight to really help grow the crops. And that's where I just hesitate to do any type of fall garden because of that. So I'd like to get everybody's take on that. So, hey, Annalise. Hey, another Minnesotan, yes. Thank you, Granny Karen. Oh, Deb, that's hot, yes. Yeah, I hear you. Megan. You're planting some fall brassica so far. Am I going to get the hurricane? I doubt it. The most effect that we would get of any type of hurricane is if something was in the Gulf, came straight up 1,500 miles of central states, and we would get a rainfall from it. Otherwise, no, we don't get any effect from any. Well, the other thing would be is if it is massive enough where it ends up interfering with other systems, either stalling a system over us, or then which is probably what it's doing now because it's on the coast and it's preventing other systems from really moving on, or it's so strong that it's pulling these other systems into it. So I don't know. Hey, Life in the UP, how are you? Oh, Dave, that's a good idea. Peas and lettuce. I could plant carrots. I just don't know if there's enough, like I said, enough sunlight. And also my beds are so full. So the only thing that will come out soon will be the beans. And everything else is going to be in there for a while. So I'm limited on other space where I can. And right now, I wouldn't want to grow anything else in my bean bed because I did get some blight in there, which is, I've got all about that in my video that'll come out Wednesday. It's scheduled for Wednesday. So you guys will want to see that and see what's going on with that. Above the 45th parallel, we just can't do it, folks. Yeah. So, hey, Priceless Notions. Hello. But peas, peas and lettuce. Sugar snap peas, folks spreading here, Portland. I love Pug. How are you doing? North Central Washington. We plant radishes, peas, spinach, lettuce. Okay. Well, that's, maybe some lettuce and spinach. And my place where I can plant peas is pretty much taken over now by the squash and the sunflowers. So I don't really have a place. It's going to be probably 3 to 4 weeks yet before my onions come out, I would think. I don't know. The greens are really, really tall. The bulbs haven't gotten very big yet. So I'm hoping that I will have some. Your daylilies have not lasted long this year. Sun scorched. Ooh, that would do. So You're getting hit with the remnants of the hurricane tomorrow. Just some good old-fashioned rain. Anna, how are you? Mimsy, how are things going for you? So good to see you. You guys like, hi. Swiss chard, yes. I actually have Swiss chard right now. I'm hesitant to do kale because 2 years ago when I planted it, it brought in the white cabbage moths and cabbage worms for the very first time that I ever had to deal with them, and I still haven't been able to get rid of them. And it's just like, I would love to grow kale, but I'm just afraid that it's going to, because that is a huge attractant. Kale is for that kind of thing. And so, I don't know. There's some things that I would love to have, but I'm also very conscious about what it's going to do to the garden as a whole in the way of pests and diseases and everything. So keeping it inside. Okay. That's the other thing. I could do a few pots and just keep them inside, or keep them in pots and then bring them inside or something. So I might do that. Do you have any ripe tomatoes yet? No, not yet. I've got a bunch of green ones. My atomic grape are purple and green yet. They haven't started turning blue, so they haven't gotten their ripe stripes yet. So I'm waiting. Yes, got my Mod Squad shirt on. You must have known that. That's why you showed up. Hey, Michelle, thank you for coming in. Use BT for cabbage moths. Okay. Yeah, they end up hitting like everything in the garden. That year I had it, they shredded my beans. I mean, just like the leaves were just like lace, and they really did a number on that. Hey, Patty G. Hi, thanks for coming in. You having to babysit the two littlest grands? Nice. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Anna. Hey, Christy. Thank you for coming in. Your Sun Golden Sweet 100 roommates are ripe for the last 2 weeks. Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so wanted to let everybody know that for the Northern Gardeners, and I don't know if you're aware of them, but let me see if I can put the link here. There's a excuse me, a company out there called Fruition Seeds, and I got some more herbs from them. Okay. One of the problems I have, Dave, is that they also end up eating my herbs, and I really can't spray them since the herb leaf itself is what I eat, and that's where it's like I hesitate to get anything on there because I pick them and rinse them and dry them, but I don't know. I know I have to. Patty, you ate your first ripe tomato. Awesome. But anyway, Fruition Seeds has a lot of stuff, and they specialize in cold hardy vegetables and herbs and different things like that. So if you're looking for anything and you're in the north, so that would be awesome. All right, so our main topic tonight is peppermint. And I know Patty, feel free to weigh in on this, but I want to kind of keep it a little bit not really surface, but just basic in that way. So thanks, Michelle. Hey, Rebel Canners, hello. Okay, you know, maybe I just need to look into that a little bit more and figure that out. So yes, fruition seeds. So I put the link up there. We'll hire somebody, if one of the mods wants to repost that, that would be great. Oh, okay, thanks, Karen. All right, so there's peppermint and there's spearmint, and we think that they're, you know, if you have peppermint, you're thinking that, oh, you smell, it's like, wow, that really smells like spearmint, you know, or how to tell the difference. But I want to focus on peppermint, but also some of this is going to be kind of comparing spearmint with it so that you can kind of tell what the difference is, if that makes sense. And I want to see anybody here. Thanks, Alicia. Do you remember what is the telltale sign of something that's of the mint family? Yeah, wintergreen is one too. So of the mint family, what is the identifying factor for a mint? Also, the mint family, mint dates back at least 5,000 years to ancient Egypt. And they used it for a lot of things. They used peppermint oil and all kinds of things. We're going to talk about mostly just using the leaves here tonight. And yay, Christy got it. Square stems, absolutely. Absolutely. And Patty, thank you. You taught us all something with that. So that was great. Yes, you're like, I know it. Oh, that's great. Okay. So kind of it takes over. Yes, peppermint will definitely take over. And I believe spearmint is the same way too, but actually spearmint and peppermint are two different excuse me, genus families in that way. They well, I should say they're the same genus but different species. Okay, so they're both from the mentha genus, which is like menthol, mentha, and everything else. But peppermint actually has the menthol, and spearmint actually ends up with the carbone, or carboni if it's Italian, carbone. Spearmint, and that's what gives spearmint its sweet taste. And peppermint has the menthol, which gives it the cooling sensation. So just kind of the different things like that. So peppermint actually has, the leaves are more shiny and they grow from a darker stem. Their stems are darker and the leaves grow right from the stem. The spearmint has little hairier leaves and they grow almost directly from the branch. And the amount of menthol in peppermint varies from variety to variety. So, you know, you can have one variety, and there's usually like 15 to 24 varieties, they said, in all of these. So, you know, if you get one and you go, well, that's really pepperminty, and then you get another one's like, that can't be peppermint. It doesn't smell the same, you know. So anyway, and also the blossoms for peppermint are purple, and spearmint's blossoms are generally pink or blue. So that could kind of give you an indication. It's like if something's growing and you're not sure exactly what it is. So you can look at the leaves, look how they're growing off the stem or off the branch, and then what color the blossoms are. So don't want to know how many varieties. Sure, you can go ahead and put it up. That'd be great. We're just, I don't want to get too super technical here because we're just kind of talking about other stuff. Hey, Southern Blessed Homestead, hello. Your spearmint has white blossoms. Okay, it's probably, that's where it's like generally pink or blue, so you might have a different variety that's there. So, all right, thank you, Mims, for being here. I really appreciate it. Yes, there's all kinds of different mints. So you got wintergreen, you have Texas mint, like you said. There's cat mint, orange mint, lemon mint, pineapple mint, apple mint, ginger mint, pennyroyal is of the mint family, horse mint, chocolate mint, water mint, licorice mint, and it goes on and on and on. So there's a whole bunch of different things there. Over 2,000 hybrids or more out of the 20 species of mint. Wow. Yes, they said that if you plant them right next to one another, like in the same box or, just very close to one another, that they can actually interbreed and they can produce a whole new mint, and it's probably not as delicious, I'm tired, deliciously fragrant, but it's, so maybe that's where that 2,000 varieties have come from, is that there's been a lot of interbreeding in the mints. So it's like, I wonder what lemon and pineapple would be like together, and different things. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. But if you want just a pure peppermint or a pure spearmint or something, make sure that you have it in its own container, so it's not interbreeding or crossbreeding or anything. Some of the benefits of peppermint, and I wanted to show you here that I have got. This is my peppermint so far that I harvested and dried and it crumbled. So I've got another batch in the dehydrator right now. It should get me about half of this quart jar, so about a pint so far. My goal is to get a gallon by the end of the summer, so we will see how that goes. Still have probably 2 months yet of harvesting it, so hopefully I'll be able to. Really only been harvesting for maybe a month, so I'm hoping that I can get that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major plant groups going, so I think I should do pretty good with that. There's horehound in the family too. Patty, if you'd want to answer that one, I'm not sure. I don't know where chocolate mint comes from. Mud mint. That's great. Oh. Gallon. Okay. We've two quarts. You're already halfway there. That's awesome. Yeah, because I use it a lot during the winter. It's part of my respiratory tea, and so I want to make sure that I have enough, because the grocery store that I had that had all the bulk organic herbs in there that I would always go and get, they don't carry that anymore because of the virus and everything. They don't want people going into these into the bulk foods and getting anything. So that has been totally wiped out, and that's what I counted on. So that's one of the things that has been really, really important for me to grow these herbs this summer. I mean, it's like the peppermint is actually more important for me than tomatoes this year. that's how much I need to make sure that I get it. So you meant to cut your mint today, maybe tomorrow. Okay, experiment. I like that, Michelle. That's good. That's good. Chocolate mint is a hybrid. Okay. Yeah, so probably you wouldn't be able to start that from seed. That's why we can't find any seeds. Okay, that makes so much sense, Patty. Yeah. It's good at cocktail gardens. I have not heard that term, a cocktail garden. Ooh, okay. Peppermint has 40% menthol. Spearmint has, exactly. Thank you, Alicia. Yep, that's why the peppermint has the cooling effect and everything. Some of the benefits. I know, wouldn't that be great, Alicia, to be able to do that? Can you chop and drop spearmint without causing extra spread? Patty, I'll let you answer that one. So the benefits of peppermint: it's an antibacterial. antiviral. So that's why it's so good for me to be drinking it all winter long, because it helps with um, any of the colds and flus and the different things that come up. It really, really helps with that. Helps with digestive upsets, helps with seasonal allergies. So if you have sinus infections because of, or hay fever, you know, the different things that come with the allergies and everything, drink some peppermint tea. That'll really help. Helps with tension headaches. It, of course, freshens your breath. It actually helps clogged sinuses because of the menthol properties. It can improve your energy. It helps with menstrual cramps. Can improve your sleep. Improves concentration. Probably because that menthol just kind of clears you up, and it's like, whoo, your head feels good, so you you've got a little bit better mental faculties going. The peppermint is also used for culinary purposes, used in chocolate desserts and different things like that. And you can actually, you know, I don't know the process, because I have not done this, to make like peppermint candy or something like that, but that would be a whole nother thing, a whole nother subject. So cocktail gardener, herbs used for cocktails. A lot of them farm to table places, grow them in their planters. Neat. Okay. Thanks, Megan. I appreciate that. Ooh, okay. Mulch your beets with mint. Interesting. The close proximity won't bother the flavor of the mints. You still want them going to seed, so deadhead them to avoid mud mint crosses. Okay. Aw, that's great, Mac. See, it helps. There's proof right there. Yes, you could do an extract. And so maybe one thing that I'll try this year, but I have to make sure I have enough peppermint for tea and different things. So I wanted to make sure, you know, that's where I have to get it. But yeah, try different things. Yeah, for mint ice cream, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So the menthol in peppermint also helps to slow down oil production in your skin. If you have, which is really, really helpful if you have like oily skin and acne prone skin and everything like that. So if you already have really dry skin, just kind of know that the peppermint will do that. So might need some extra moisturizer or something. So, hey, Weedy Garden, hello. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. Peppermint oil rubbed on muscle seems to work a little like a muscle relaxer. Nice. That is so much time. Hi, Henry's honey. How are you? Yeah, and then Julie, now he's got to get back to work. Oh, okay. There are a couple side effects of peppermint if you are sensitive to it, and if it's, like with any foods, there's some people that can't tolerate different types of things. So if you start getting heartburn, dry mouth, nausea, or vomiting, don't take it. So know that that's one thing that is, it's not on your list of okay foods. Okay, so those are things that peppermint can help with. So spearmint, again, is used for culinary dishes, but more on the savory end, because it is, it has more of a sweet thing. For some reason, it works better in a savory dish, as well as for tea, different things. But it's also used as a mosquito repellent. So if you're out in the garden and you've got a lot of mint and the mosquitoes are terrible, grab a few and just rub them all over you, and the mosquitoes will stay away. Giving him a hard time there. So, so once you dry it and crumble it all up, this is, oh my goodness, this is 3 batches. of 5 trays in my dehydrator. So I pick the leaves off of the stems and everything, because then I can make sure I get good leaves in there, and lay it out in the dehydrator. And then once it's dry, I crumble it up until it's, well, like this size. And so it's nice to put in my, like a tea ball or something like that. And so for um, like 8 to 12 ounces, you use 1 teaspoon of dried herb in your tea. And then you can also make actually a peppermint oil and use that for medicinal uses. So that is a whole other kind of process and everything. So, Dave, do you have mint in your garden? So use peppermint tea for stomach pain. Very good, Alicia. Yeah, that was one of the things that any digestive issues or anything like that. So that's good. You guys are funny. Dog can't stand peppermint. If you use the oil in the house, he stands it totally out. Yeah, the dry packs. What did I buy? 100, 200 last time. I can't remember, but yeah, it's I had started out using the little ones, but now I use the bigger ones, and I think they're, it doesn't say on here what size it is. I think it's 100 milligrams or whatever it's called, whatever the units are. It's been a while since I got them, but you have catmint, you think? Okay. Yes, you could do it in the oven. It just has to be really, really low. In fact, because you really don't want to go above 105 degrees for herbs. Otherwise, it can end up ruining the properties of it. So I'm thinking that if a lot of times if you just leave the light on in the oven, that and keep the oven closed, that will warm it up enough to help dehydrate things. So try that. Maybe put a thermometer in there or something to see what the temperature ends up being. So, but yes, you can also leave them hanging. I wouldn't put them just on the counter to dry. It'd be better to have it hanging or put it on, lay them out like on a screen or something, so that could be airflow above and below it. So that's kind of a big thing, so that they dehydrate uniformly in that way. Eastern tea berry, wintergreen. Do you have that growing there, or is it like wild, Dave? Yes, bunching and hanging is great too. Make sure that they're not too many in there, because you don't want the stems to start to rot or mold or something like that. Just enough so that you've got some good airflow through there. You guys, your chat is like, that's awesome. Everybody loves this. Peppermint will keep critters away, such as spiders and rodents. That's interesting. Okay, thanks, Patty. You dry herbs in a paper bag. Okay. Yeah, that would be the other thing, is to keep it out of sunlight. You want to make sure that that, because that can help to ruin the properties in there too. Thanks you, Mac, for coming. I really appreciate it. Just take care. I'm glad your headache is better. Yes, air conditioning does help. Thank you, Matt. It's interesting. Keeping the spiders away. Teaberry is wild and everywhere. Nice. Oh, that's so great. So you use rubber band to bunch them too. Yeah. You've had mice try to come in under the old dishwasher thinking Russ to get some mint under there. That could work. Hey, Sean. Hello. Coming in from a big day of tree falling. You are working hard up there. I just can't imagine all that you're doing there. That's amazing. Truly amazing. So, anyway, so that's what I have on peppermint and a little bit of spearmint. So, all right. I have a bunch of things here, books on canning. I know everybody's probably got all these and all the same and everything, but I want to take just like 10 minutes here for any Q&A on canning. Then, you know, everybody's into it now. There are a lot of things that I haven't canned yet, so I don't know everything about it, but I have been canning for a long time. So any of you newbies that might have any questions, oh, that's good, Sean. That's good. I've got, this is what came with my canner. 26 years ago, I got it. And it is, I've had to put plastic on it, and I've had to put my pages in plastic sleeves and staple it together because everything was falling apart. And you can see how yellow it is. It's old. So anyway, these are all my specs for my canner, and like how much water to put in the canner, how much salt for everything, the canning times for any meat and fish, vegetables, and fruit and everything. And these are all my pressure canner. So yes, it is vintage. It is. Thank you. But I still go to it every time that I can, because, you know, if you start thinking that it's like, oh yeah, I know what to do. I know it's 20 minutes, you know, and I know that it should be this and this and this and this. Well, our memory can play tricks on us after a while, and you know, we tend to forget things, and it's like, oh man, I should be canning these 30 minutes, not 20 minutes, and then you wonder, it's like, okay, is it okay to eat anymore? So you have gone through so much work to get your produce to the canner, and so it's like, you want to do it right. You want to get it done so that you can have that food for you. Need a great canning guide, a free one. Oh, you put that up there. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, it was falling apart. I mean, I had to put some pages out. I don't know why they weren't pertinent, or they were in Spanish or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, it's all stapled and everything. So, hey, JB, hello. Thank you for coming. Anything you can water bath can other than pickles? Oh, no, don't be embarrassed. There's a lot of people that are just starting out with that. You can't, I'm sorry, I'm probably way behind here. You can can fruits, jellies, you can water bath can tomato things. Tomatoes, you can do either water bath or pressure canning. Personally, I like pressure canning because it doesn't take as long. And that's where I'm at. So, but yes, you can do jellies. You can do pickles. And, well, pickles. You can do like chutneys and, you know, just anything like that. So anytime that it's a vegetable that is lower acid, or meat, or anything like that, potatoes, all that type of thing, that has to be pressure canned. But yes, you can water bath can a whole lot of things. In fact, this is what I got. Now this is really telling. When I first started canning, I'm trying to see if there's a publishing date on here. 1995, yes. So it proves how long I've been doing this. And this one is all water bath canning. So I believe, I don't think it has pressure canning in here. It has some freezing, dehydrating. Oh, there's some pressure canning in here. Okay. But all the pickled foods, there's like 14 pages of pickled foods and different things you can make. And all kinds of stuff. So anyway, get a book. This one I just picked up last week. It's kind of like the same one, only new and updated. Again, over 500 recipes. This is the ball preserving guide. This new ball canning and preserving thing, which is huge, goes far more into depth, and it's got all the pictures and everything like that in there, which is really, really great. But this one is probably somewhat similar, just not all the pictures. Well, there's a picture, but there's this is all fruit pickles, so it's got like shorter, more condensed things that are in there. So only been pressure canning. Yeah, I know that is really, I just use my double decker, my tall pressure canner today for the first time that I got it this winter, and because I knew that whenever I'm doing beans, I did 14 jars today, so I hate having to do 2 complete rounds of canning, and so it's like, okay, I was able to put those in there, and it was great. It was awesome. But I have to admit, because it was a different brand and a different style of doing things, I'm just like, okay, are you on there? Is it gonna, is it gonna blow the top? Is it gonna pop it off or whatever? So, you just have to do it and get used to it and figure out that it's going. Christy, I have a Presto also. That was my big one today, and my small one is a Miro. So, did I notice any changes between the old books and the new ones? It's thicker. There's a lot more recipes. I haven't really compared the processes at all to see. I think there's just a whole lot more. I mean, they've got, updated utensils and tools and different things like that. This little dealie to measure and everything. I just kind of know my measurements, so I just look at the rings on my jars and go, okay, I'm ½ inch, or I'm at 1 inch or something. So I think it's just a lot more recipes than everything. So the ball blue can often be found where the canning supplies are too. Yep. This is that's where I got it. It was right near all the canning jars at a local store. Should I use citric acid or lemon juice in case tomatoes are not too acidic? If you are water bath canning, you have to use something, yes. In a quart jar, I believe it's 2 tablespoons. I think in the pint jar it's 1 tablespoon, but yes, you do have to add some citric acid in there. And lemon juice is really kind of the easiest thing. Hey, Country Homestead Preacher, hello. You have a harvest pressure cooker. Drops Family Garden. I'm sorry if I didn't see you before. I'm sorry. Things are going here. So you have an electric one that you just push the buttons for the type of stuff you're canning, and it does it auto. Really? Wow. I have not seen that kind of canner before. That is amazing. You have all your canning books on Kindle. Surely you get some. Yes, Sean, because if things were to, let's say the internet goes down or Amazon crashes or whatever it is, you need to have some books handy. So these, I think this was $7.99. I think is what it was. It doesn't have the price on here. But so I mean, it's not bad at all for 500 recipes and all the things that you would need to know. Okay, so this would be the one that Patty is talking about. Bigger one, canning, preserving, and I'd gone through here this winter and made a list of things that I want to do and can. And one of them is French onion soup. And so when my onions come, that's going in there. Cranberry mostarda. So anyway, yeah, so what they do in here is they tell you how to can something. So like here's a salsa. But they, a lot of these things, they tell you, you know, what you need in here and how to can it. And then they give you like a recipe and how to use it in a meal too with other foods. So it's like really, really cool. Secondhand bookstores, that's a good thing too. Yes, hard copies are a must, absolutely. So then I've got this little one, it's a Prepper's Canning Guide. But this one's called Preserving Everything. Now some of these, you know, go through and this would be a good one. Is Howie still in here? Did he only pop in there? But here he's got like smoked trout. It's like how to preserve that. And there was another one for salted fish. I just saw as I was going through here. Ooh, look at this. Violet flower syrup. I mean, seriously, I think learning how to do all that. It's like violets. Violet, it could be like grape syrup. I'm like, oh. So green tomato chutney, pickled whole chili peppers, doing things. Oh, Howie, there you are. Again, fermenting fruit, all this kind of stuff. So what was the name of the one telling us what to use it with? That's the big ball, all new ball book of canning and preserving. So now this one has 350 recipes. The blue book has 500 recipes. So if it is just recipes you're looking for, this one's really a whole lot cheaper, and you get the you know, the basics of how to preserve and everything. But this one's really, really good too. So as you can tell, I kind of got carried away in some of my canning books. Sorry if I missed anything. Does anyone pressure can on propane cook stove? Oh, okay. Pressure canning. Pressure canning, you have to really regulate your heat under there, and I don't know how easy it is to regulate your propane cook stove. So that would be something that you'd have to know and to look into. The electric pressure canner. Oh, yes. There was a channel that just did something with the electric pressure canners. Is it a pressure canner? Electric pressure. Yeah. Was it? Julie, was that an electric pressure canner? I can't remember. But it's a ball one, and it's like out of stock. It's sold out. But they're like $129, I think. So that's okay, Howie. I'm so glad that you're still here. Let's go. Yeah, canning really is the best way for preserving. Hey, Tori. Hello. Oh, wow. Okay. So this one I got, my daughter gave it to me for Christmas, I want to say 2 years ago, I think. 2016. So yeah, I'm sure that they've got a new one out this year, 2020. So then I've got this one that's really kind of fun. It's small batch preserving. It's called The Complete Book of Small Batch Preserving. And it's like, putting up, let's say, 4 half pints of something, and just having a little things. There's like conserves and butters and curds and chutneys and salsa and relishes. So it's all the different things that you would want only little things of. It's like if you have a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but if, let's say you have 3 or 4 peppers left over, and you've got a couple tomatoes, and you've got a peach, and you've got, a variety of small things, but not enough to make like a big batch of something. It's like you can go through and make all these kind of things. It's just like so fun. Apricot red pepper relish. I mean, how fun. It's just like, oh. So I went through and I made my my wish list here of things I want to make. Apricot honey butter, cranberry maple butter. I mean, how good would that be for Thanksgiving? Cranberry and maple. Oh my goodness, yes. A Thai chili sauce, the Asian plum sauce. So those are on my list of things to work on. You have pressure can on a charcoal grill. Wow. Yeah, maintaining the pressure. That's the biggest thing, is maintaining the your temperature, so it's not going up and down and everything, because then you will, that messes with the pressure inside your jars, and you can either they can siphon off the, you can lose all of the liquid in your jars. You can your stuff starts coming out. It can actually end up breaking your jars, different things. So you just really, really want to make sure. So Harvest Direct looks $3.99 right now. Okay, great. Oh, inventory. Bad water tea. Oh, what else do we have here? Well, there you go. Yep. Find somebody who knows how to can and go along with them. So you'd ferment that. Oh, fermenting is good too. Yes. But if you want to, you have to do what works for your lifestyle, for your storage capacities, for what you have, So your grandmother only water bath, yeah. Oh, you can actually, I think, I don't know. They used to, water bath, everything. So, but it would take a long, long, long time, like 2 or 3 hours for everything to cook. So, Thai chili. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that then. Sorry, I get a little bit behind here. Turkey fire base. I know country homestead preacher, right? I had to learn all on my own too. There was nobody else doing it when I was started out. Nobody else was doing it. It was like, why are you doing this? You can just go to the grocery store, and yep, salting for preserving is awesome. You're probably doing a whole lot of that. Planted a whole flat of Thai basil. Oh, sweet. So this is another one that I got. I have 2, and that's it. Canning and Preserving by Linda Ferrari. So this one, and some of them are good for specific things. I would say the ball is probably best for all around, huge variety and everything. This one has like a lot of fruit pie fillings, doing vinegars and oils, relishes, different things like that. So she does a lot of things, but I don't know. Sure looks pretty on the front there, doesn't it? All the variety of things. I know it's like, oh, I want my shelves to look like this, and reality kind of comes and slaps you in the face. It's like, all right, my shelves don't look anything like that, and I don't. Yeah, so this one's called the Organic Canner, and this is a Daisy Luther, and it's just all black and white, pretty simple book in here. Now this one is actually better for, she's got things like baked beans and stew and soups and jambalaya and beef stroganoff and goulash and things like that. So she does a lot with all of those, and so there's some good recipes, a few that I've used in here. So anyway, that's my stack of books. There's a great safe canning group on Facebook. Canning Preserving with Love. Oh, cool. Very good. Priceless Notions. I have been gathering these for a few years, though. So more so when I wanted to start putting like meals together and recipes together rather than just straight beans, straight tomatoes, you know, the different things like that. And I was like, I'd like to get some meals. So just started picking these up a little at a time here and there. So thanks, Julie. All right, Megan, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh, and Grammy Karen left, so I missed her. So I would, I would. If I needed to grab one book to take with me, it would be either the Bald Blue book or it would be either one of these two. So this one is lighter weight, so it'll probably be that one. Mostly because it's the recipes. You know, I know how to can stuff and dehydrate things and stuff, so that's probably what I would take. So I know. That's not even my cookbooks too. These are just my canning books. So I thought everyone canned as they got older, and found out none of your friends and families did. Is that Sarah or Matt? I know, it's like, it's really crazy. Okay, real quick, and I know I'm over, so I apologize for that. Garden tip. Okay, if you get diseased plants, pull them out of your garden and burn them. So, oh, Matt, okay. So your mama taught you good then. And a prep tip, study the medicinal herbs. Study the ones that you would need that would work well for you, for the things that you need for your health, whether it's, you know, and I think I've mentioned this before, but if you have like gut issues, or if you have headaches, or if you have skin things, or if you have lung issues, or whatever it is, the things that you need for your health, and grow them and dehydrate them and preserve them. So, so just kind of work on that. And I know the season we're coming on the backside of the season because herbs do take a while to grow and establish. And yeah, Country Homestead Preacher, that is, are you talking about, oh, the Organic Canner? I did not pay that. No. So it might be out of print, or at the most, I probably would have paid $20 for it. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years, so you know, that's happening on Amazon a lot with all of these. So, all right, bye, Patty. Thanks for being here. I appreciate this. Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. Okay, that's a very, very good one. Thanks, Howie. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming by. So yes, grow the herbs that you need, and because they do take a while to establish. So even if you start growing them now and keeping them in the house over the winter, and they're well established in pots, then you can put them out next summer. You know, try to find ones that are perennials if possible. But if they're not, Just know that you have to have seed to grow them every year and do that. So you guys, yeah, Amazon's definitely overpriced. You're right, Dave. Everything to do with gardening is sold out. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys, I hope this gives you some idea for canning and what to do with peppermint if you need it. And there are some other lives going on right now. So I will talk to you guys later, and we'll see you next Monday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to all my mods. You guys are awesome. I am so grateful to you, and I'm grateful for the work that you do. So I appreciate it. And it's so fun to see everybody again here tonight. You guys take care. God bless, and always have hope. Bye-bye.